20 years ago, electric cars were slow, boring, and doomed to fail. Then one company made a crazy bet to build the fastest car in the world, without gasoline. Tesla was just weeks from bankruptcy. One last gamble, $40 million, and a decision that would change the entire auto industry forever. This isn't just a car company. It's a software revolution on wheels, and it forced the entire auto industry to reinvent itself. The audacious mission, 2003 to 2006. Tesla's founding premise was heresy. While major automakers viewed electric vehicles, EVs, as compliance cars, uninspired vehicles built to satisfy regulations, Tesla's founders believed EVs could be objectively better. Elon Musk joined as the lead investor and visionary, framing the mission not as selling cars, but as accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. This set a zero-compromise ethos from day one. An EV must be faster, smarter, safer, and more desirable than its gasoline counterparts. The first shock, the Roadster, 2008. The Roadster was a proof of concept delivered at highway speed. By putting a lithium-ion battery pack, made of thousands of laptop cells, into a modified Lotus Elise chassis, Tesla created a car that could go 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds, with a range that made it usable. It was a halo product that captured the imagination of wealthy early adopters in Silicon Valley, generating crucial revenue and, more importantly, changing the public perception of EVs from sacrifice to aspiration. Surviving the brink, 2008 to 2009. The Great Recession hit just as Tesla was burning cash to develop the Model S. With the Roadster over budget and the company weeks from collapse, Musk invested his last $40 million from his PayPal sale and brokered a $465 million loan from the U.S. Department of Energy. He also became CEO. This near-death experience forged Tesla's culture of extreme frugality and existential urgency, which became a hallmark. The master plan revealed, 2006/2012. Musk's published, secret master plan was disarmingly simple and public. 1. Build an expensive, low-volume car. 2. Use that money to build a medium-priced, medium-volume car. 3. Use that money to build an affordable, high-volume car. This transparent roadmap gave stakeholders and customers a long-term vision. The later addition of solar energy and autonomy showed the plan was always bigger than just cars. The game changer, Model S, 2012. The Model S wasn't an evolution, it was a reset. It eliminated the internal combustion engine, the gear shifter, and the dashboard of buttons, replacing them with a blank slate. The resulting 17-inch touchscreen became the command center, making every other car's interior look archaic. Its skateboard-style battery floor provided immense structural rigidity, leading to record safety scores, and a low center of gravity, enabling sports car handling. Over-the-air updates meant the car improved after purchase. It was the first true iPhone moment for the auto industry. Building a moat, the Supercharger network, 2012. Tesla understood that a great car was useless if you couldn't take it on a trip. While competitors expected third parties or governments to build infrastructure, Tesla took on the immense capital cost itself. The proprietary Supercharger network offered fast, reliable, and, initially, free long-distance charging. This created an unparalleled competitive advantage, a seamless, nationwide, then global, refueling ecosystem that removed the single biggest psychological barrier to EV adoption, range anxiety. The battery, Gigafactory, 2014. Batteries were the single most expensive component. Tesla realized that to achieve scale and lower costs, it needed to reinvent the supply chain. The Gigafactory, built with Panasonic, was designed to produce more lithium-ion batteries annually than were produced globally in 2013. This vertical integration gave Tesla control over its core technology, drove down the cost per kilowatt-hour, the critical metric for EV affordability, and forced the entire battery industry to scale up to meet Tesla's ambition. Opening the patents, 2014. In a move that stunned the industry, Tesla made its patent portfolio available for anyone to use in good faith. This was a strategic masterstroke. It positioned Tesla as a mission-driven leader, not just a competitor. More practically, it was an invitation for other companies to adopt its connector and technology standards, helping to grow the overall EV market and establish Tesla's approaches as industry norms. The SUV pivot, Model X, 2015. The Model X, with its dramatic falcon wing doors and staggering performance, targeted the family luxury SUV market, the most profitable segment in the auto industry at the time. It proved that an EV could be practical, 7 seats, massive cargo space, ultra-safe, and still be the fastest vehicle in its class. It cemented that EVs were not just for sedans but could dominate any body style. The mass market moment, Model 3 reveal, 2016. The unveiling of the $35,000 Model 3 created a frenzy unseen in automotive history. Over 400,000 reservations poured in within weeks, representing about $14 billion in potential sales. This was a direct, undeniable signal to the world: there was massive, pent-up demand for a well-designed, affordable electric car. It was the moment Tesla transitioned from a niche luxury player to a mainstream threat. Production hell, 2017 to 2018. Scaling production from 100K cars/year to 500K plus was Tesla's greatest challenge. The Model 3 ramp was plagued with overautomation, bottlenecks, and sleepless nights. Musk famously slept on the factory floor. This period was a brutal, real-world crash course in manufacturing at a scale that nearly broke the company. Surviving it taught Tesla invaluable lessons in simplification and process engineering that legacy automakers, with their entrenched processes, had never been forced to learn so urgently. Profitability and pressure, 2018 to 2020. After emerging from production hell, Tesla achieved sustained profitability without regulatory credits. Its market capitalization began a historic rise, eventually surpassing the combined value of Toyota, VW, GM, and Ford. This financial validation was critical. It proved an EV-centric business model could be not just viable but wildly lucrative. The soaring stock price gave Tesla cheap capital to fund growth and put intense pressure on legacy automakers' boards and shareholders to go electric or die. Software takes the wheel. Tesla redefined the car as a connected software platform. A traditional car is frozen in time the day it leaves the factory. A Tesla receives over-the-air updates that can add new features, like video streaming, games, dog mode, improve performance, increasing range or 0 to 60 miles per hour times, and enhance safety. This created an ongoing relationship with the customer and made the car an appreciating asset in terms of capability, not just a depreciating piece of metal. The China Speed, 2019 to 2020. Gigafactory Shanghai was built in under 10 months, a speed unimaginable in the West. It became Tesla's most efficient and profitable plant. This move secured access to the world's largest EV market, insulated it from trade wars, and provided a blueprint for rapid, localized global expansion, later used in Berlin and Texas. It showed that Tesla could execute at a global industrial scale. The full self-driving bet. Regardless of its controversial and ongoing development, Tesla's focus on vision-based autonomy had a seismic impact. It made advanced AI and computing hardware, like the FSD chip, a central part of vehicle design. It shifted the industry's long-term vision from just electrification to autonomy, forcing every competitor to invest billions in their own self-driving programs and redefine the future car as a robo-taxi or a mobile living space. Legacy Autos' oh no moment, 2020. The dominoes fell. Volkswagen launched its Tesla catch-up plan, with billions for its MEB platform. GM announced an all-electric future. Ford created the Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning. Jaguar, Volvo, and others set dates to phase out combustion engines. Tesla had created the template and the market pressure. The entire capital allocation of the global auto industry, trillions of dollars, shifted decisively toward electrification. The mainstream benchmark. When the Model Y became the world's best-selling vehicle of any kind in 2023, it marked the ultimate tipping point. The EV was no longer an alternative, it was the default choice for millions of mainstream consumers. It validated Tesla's SUV-focused strategy and proved that a battery electric vehicle could achieve the scale and desirability of a Toyota Corolla or RAV4. Redefining manufacturing, 2023. Tesla's next act of disruption is manufacturing itself. Gigacasting uses massive presses to create entire underbody sections from single pieces of aluminum, reducing hundreds of parts and robots. The proposed, unboxed, assembly process aims to build cars in parallel subassemblies rather than a linear line. The goal, another halving of production costs, which would put unbearable pricing pressure on competitors still building cars the century-old way. Charging goes universal, 2023. In a stunning reversal, Tesla's charging connector, NACS, was adopted by Ford, GM, Rivian, and virtually every other automaker as the North American standard. Tesla went from operating a closed, proprietary network to becoming the de facto infrastructure utility for North America. This move cements its market dominance, generates new revenue streams, and ensures its technology remains at the center of the ecosystem. The new paradigm. Tesla's ultimate legacy is the permanent shift in evaluation criteria. Cars are now judged on software and user experience. Is the interface intuitive? Does it get better over time? Acceleration and performance. Instant torque is now the benchmark. Energy efficiency, MPG and watt-hours per mile are discussed alongside horsepower. Connectivity and autonomy, the car as a node in a network. Tesla forced the industry to stop competing on the old metrics of cylinders and cup holders and start competing on silicon, software, and energy. It changed the game from mechanical engineering to integrated technology, forever altering the trajectory of personal transportation.